Hello, everyone, and I hope everyone has had a great day so far. Welcome back to our parent training, Reducing the Chaos in Your Home, Part 2. I would first like to explain why we're not currently going live. The system the county wants us to utilize has a few glitches, and that is with any new system or any new thing. So until we can figure it out completely, we will be doing it like this. Mr. Bot will upload my recorded videos for your review, and you can provide feedback through the posted link. So last week we received a lot of feedback, and I thank you so very much. I'm glad that we were able to you were able to gain some insightful information and that it helped at least one person. I will start this video with some follow-up information from questions. One parent wanted to know more about temper tantrums and why her older children were throwing fits like they were 2 and 3 years old. Well, I'll let Dr. Bailey go into more detail on temper tantrums.
Welcome to Conscious Clips in Our Time Together. Today we're going to talk about temper tantrums. Now there's a number of reasons children have temper tantrums. First, they're very developmentally normal from children up to 3 years of age. And young children at that time, they're going to have a temper tantrum from an urgent need that's not met or when they're tired, hungry, bored, or frustrated. Older children over the age of 3 have temper tantrums for different reasons. Generally, they have them because they've been given into, they've had a tantrum earlier in their life and it's worked for them, so they continued that skill as a strategy of getting their way. They have them for unrealistic expectations of parents, inappropriate discipline that's a little bit too punitive or too permissive, and also when they are fatigued, they will do that. And the last one is when they've had too much stress in their life. Those of you who had children, maybe one or more children, you might say, well, how come one child has more temper tantrums than another? Well, this is based on a number of things. First, it's based on the temperament of the child. Some kids are just born easy temperament. They're easy to regulate. They go to sleep well. They eat well. They're just very easy children. Other children were born with very difficult temperaments. It's hard to soothe them. They're finicky eaters. They're finicky sleepers. When they get upset, they can't calm as easily as other children. And the last one, again, is stressors, inconsistent routines, inappropriate discipline, unrealistic expectations, divorce, childcare, death in the family, depression. All these things will affect the amount, number, and intensity of tantrums that children will have. So how best can we respond to temper tantrums? The first thing I want you to hear, and I want you to hear it very, very clearly, is there's no right way to do it. Different things will be appropriate for different children. But in general, these are some strategies that will be helpful. The first thing to understand is temper tantrums are a nonverbal communication. We all recognize them. The face is red, they're wailing, their arms are going, they're holding their breath, they're screaming. We recognize a temper tantrum. So what are they trying to say? Generally, they're going to say, I'm overwhelmed, I can't handle this. The second one is, I'm trying a strategy that worked last time, and I'm wondering if it's going to work this time because you gave in last time, so all I got to do is scream and shout long enough, hard enough, and ultimately I'm going to get what I want. So one, it's developmental, I'm overwhelmed, and two, you've taught the child to have these tantrums. So we respond to these almost in similar ways. The first thing to do is to unhook ourselves. So again, we're going to be a star. We're not going to get triggered. We're going to take a deep breath, and we're going to calm ourselves. Sometimes just calming ourselves puts some calming energy around the child. The second thing we're going to do is that we're going to offer empathy, and we're going to start with their body. Your arms are going like this. Your face is like this. Your body's telling me, I feel so frustrated. So I'm going to say those words again so you can get them. Your arms are going like this. Your face is all scrunched up. Your body is telling me, I really wanted to watch this, or I am so tired. whatever your best guess is. And from that situation, then you're going to actually just leave the child alone if that seems what would be best for them, or you're going to pick the child up, put them to your body, and say nothing but breathe at first. And you're going to say, you're safe. You can handle this. I've got you. You're safe. You can handle this. I've got you. Once the temper tantrum is over, whatever the original trigger was, the child does not get out of anything. If they threw a fit about taking their fork to the sink, once the temper tantrum is over, give them a choice. You can carry the fork over in this hand, or you can carry the fork in this hand to the sink, which is best with you. If it was about wearing blue pants as opposed to green pants, once it's over, they're going to put the green pants on. Just give them a choice. Do you want to put them on when sitting on the floor, or would it be easier to stand up and put your pants on? The temper tantrum does not allow a child to get out of doing something. So why not just let the child flump around on the floor like a fish out of water and ignore, quote, the bad behavior? We want to offer empathy. We want to offer breathing because it's going to help the child learn how to get from the lower centers of their brain to the higher centers of their brain. And we're providing that methodology that and internalize it in the child that they can use the rest of their life. So here's your homework. When you see a child in a grocery store and it's not even yours, here's what you can practice. Just breathe and wish that child well in that family. Put some calmness into the energy as opposed to what the heck are they doing? Add your calmness to the situation. If it's your own child, unhook. Do not take it personally. Take some breath. Add some calmness to the chaos with your own energetic being. Say to the child, oh, your hands, your feet are going like this. Your face looks like this. Your body's telling me I'm just so tired and so hungry. And then depending on the temperament of the child, we're either going to leave them alone, give them some space, or you're going to scoop them up and put them on your chest, relax and say, you're safe. You're safe. I've got you. You can handle this. And then once the temper tantrum is over, they're going to go back and complete the task that triggered them to begin with. Until next time, I wish you well.
So just to elaborate a little bit on what Dr. Bailey said about the causes of tantrums. We know that inconsistent routines, death, grief, divorce, arguments, and so on. All of these things have an effect on your child and the reasons or causes that they throw those tantrums. So you have to pay attention to what is going on around you and your children, because many things could cause children to experience stress, and stress can lead to tantrums and other behaviors. So one very important thing that I took away from this video is to stick with your expectations. Once your child is calm, make sure they still do what they were supposed to do prior to the tantrum. Now, let's talk about reducing chaos in your home. This will involve some retraining of your brain and how you view conflict. We want you to be able to keep your composure and to consciously respond to problematic situations. Dr. Becky Bailey talks about this in her 7 powers for conscious adults. The 7 powers are the powers of perception, the powers of unity, the power of attention, the power of free will, the power of acceptance, the power of love, and the power of intention. Before going into the power of perception, I would like for you to say and repeat this quote. The biggest threat to a child's sense of safety is an out-of-control adult. The key to safety is a conscious, mindful adult. Let's say it again. The biggest threat to a child's sense of safety is an out-of-control adult. The key to safety is a conscious, mindful adult. Dr. Becky Bailey identifies a big ideal and a goal for each skill. Under the power of perception, the big ideal is no one can make you angry without your permission. The goal for this section is to teach adults and children to take responsibility for our own upset. Look at what you made me do. Don't make me send you to timeout. You are making me crazy. When we say things like these things, we are sending the message to our children that they are the reason for our upset. Listen to this. When you place someone in charge of your emotions, you place them in charge of you. If you believe that cars driving slow is making you insane, then you have given your power away to the cars that are driving slow. If you believe your spouse is driving you to drink, then you have given your power to your spouse. If you believe your children are making you scream all the time, then you have placed them in charge of you. Don't you want to be in control of your own life? In order to do this, you have to control your own upset. Your perception of a situation creates your feelings about that event. We all have our own individual picture of how we think things should work. So technically, we are seeing the world through the lens of our judgments about what is desired. So when your children and or your spouse fails to meet your expectations, you become upset because the world didn't work as you thought it should. This is the same reason a toddler throws a fit when you take away the Sharpie that they are using to color on their walls. To your child, coloring is what should happen. To you, drawing on the walls is not the way it should be done. You both become upset and overcome by the feelings of being powerless to run the world by your own plan. The upset is not caused by the other person. It may be triggered by the other person, but the upset is an inside job. You are never upset for the reason you think you are.
So what happens is children, they don't make you angry. Situations don't make you angry. What they do is trigger. They push your buttons. They trigger the anger within. That anger's been with you for a while, and they're just walking around and someone's going, oh, ha, 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 ha. And of course, once children find those buttons, you know, they can go, because a lot of people say, you know, I can deal with other people's children in the classroom, but until I had my own, whoa. And then why is that so difficult? Because they know where it is. Okay, so what's going to happen now? If I have my buttons on the outside like this and you push my button and I believe that you make me angry, I'm going to have to do something, right? I'm not going to walk around like this. Oh, how you doing, Jenny? How you doing, Mindy? I'm going to walk around more like this, right? A little defended, a little guarded. So when I meet you, I look much better because if you push this button, I'm not going to be that person anymore. So we guard ourselves from other people. Would that make sense to you? Just a teeny bit. Because if they really got to know you and hit one of these buttons, they realize you're not the person you seem. Now, when you get into a relationship with someone, You might start off a little like this, but at some point, here's where you are. And then you go, why is it hard with my significant other? It's a lot easier with my friends. Do y'all see this? A lot easier with my friends. So what we want to do is, one, change this whole system. And this is what consciousness is about. We want to take this vest off and wear it like this. So if you become conscious of your make me language, you stop giving your power away. You don't put these buttons on the outside. Now they may hit them. They may hit them, but they're on the inside. And all you have to do is go. Then it's okay to meet people you know. It's okay for them to see you. Because I'm not going to blame you for this button. You hit it. Oops, I got it. Your Q-tip, your oops. Oh, how you doing? And she touches me. Oh, look, not a problem. I got it. Everything we do in conscious discipline is to turn that vest around.
So we know that self-control is an act of love and a moment-by-moment choice, according to Dr. Bailey. Think about it. How will you take back control of your life? Remember to leave feedback via the link that's posted, and you all have a great day.